Picture this. It is 2 a.m. The room is dark, the phone is face down, and for the first time all day, it is just you. No noise, no performance, no mask. And in that silence, something shows up. A version of you that is sharper, bolder, more alive than anything you showed the world today. He has ideas that could change your life, words that could move rooms, a fire that has been burning quietly for years. And then morning comes, and you become small again. Not because the world forced you, not because life was unfair, but because somewhere, a long time ago, you made a decision. A quiet, unconscious decision that your voice did not deserve the space, that people like you do not get those things, that it is safer to watch than to be seen. You have been carrying that decision like it is the truth. It is not the truth. It is a story written by a wounded version of you who was just trying to survive. And today, we are going to burn that story down, because what you are feeling, that pressure, that weight, that restlessness that has no name, is not anxiety. It is your unlived life, knocking louder every year. The question is, are you finally going to open the door? Here is something no one has been honest enough to tell you. Your mind does not fear failure. It fears exposure. There is a difference, and that difference is everything. Failure you can handle in private, but exposure, being truly seen, trying something real and falling in front of the world, that terrifies you at a level so deep you do not even recognize it as fear. So your brain builds a wall, quietly, intelligently. It tells you that you are just introverted, that you are just not ready yet, that the timing is not right, that someone else will do it better anyway. And you believe it, because the wall sounds reasonable. It sounds like wisdom. It sounds like patience. But it is not wisdom. It is a survival strategy that outlived its purpose. Psychology calls this the unchosen identity. The person you became, not by decision, but by default. Shaped by one teacher who dismissed you. One moment of rejection that your brain filed as permanent evidence. One version of yourself you built, just to get through the pain. And here's the part that should shake you. Your brain, one of the most sophisticated organ in the known universe, is still running your life today based on conclusions drawn by a child who did not know any better. You are not living your life, you are living your history. Carl Jung spent his entire career studying this. He called it the shadow, the unlived life, the buried version of yourself that never got the chance to exist. And he warned, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. You will say, this is just who I am. When the truth is, this is just who you were afraid to move beyond. That pressure you feel every single day, that invisible weight with no name, that is two versions of you in direct conflict. The version you became to survive, and the version you were always meant to be. That war, Lezo, is exhausting, and you have been fighting it alone, in silence, for years. So what do you actually do with all of this? Not a 5-step plan, not a morning routine, not an affirmation you repeat until you half believe it. One question. Tonight, put the phone down. Sit in the silence you have been running from, and ask yourself honestly, what would I attempt if I stopped asking for permission from a crowd that is not even watching? Because here's the thing nobody tells you about the people whose opinions you are living around. They are not keeping score. They are not watching. They are too consumed by their own invisible battles, their own unlived versions, their own 2 a.m. moments to be judging yours. You have been performing for an empty theater, and your one life, your single, non-refundable life, has been scripted around applause that was never coming. Jim Rohn said, "The day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit." But what he never said out loud is that most people never plant, not because they lack the seed, but because they are standing in the garden, convinced the soil is broken. The soil is not broken. You just never tried. The introversion is not the problem. The silence is not the problem. The pressure is not the problem. Running from the question is the problem. So stop running. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready, because ready is a feeling that only comes after you begin. Never before. Begin uncomfortable. Begin afraid. Begin as the quietest person in the room if you have to. Just begin. Because the version of you that has been waiting patiently at 2 a.m. every night deserves to finally exist in daylight. The cage was never locked. You just stopped trying the door.